welcome to another episode, and today I'm talking to you about something that I am so passionate about, and it is expat groups. Now, don't get me wrong, expat groups can be extremely helpful. They have helped me to make connections with people, they've helped me to discover new things and to learn about stuff, but you have to be careful. And today I want to share with you the reason why you need to be cautious when it comes to expat groups, because sometimes they just aren't a very good thing. So let's get into it, shall we? So the reason I'm talking about this is because obviously expat groups were how my whole journey began as an expat. It was where I found out about workaware.com, which was this skills exchange website, and that was what brought me eventually to Salerno and where my journey began. So of course I have a bit of a soft spot for expat groups because they have helped me in so many different ways. And it was through these that I found out about a community of expats here in Salerno that if I hadn't have been part of expat groups, I probably would never have discovered. So there are many positive aspects, but, and this is a huge but, you have to be careful because there is a bit of a darker side to expat groups that I want to talk about today, just to make you aware in case you are very early on in your expat journey or you are using and relying upon expat groups for information. I want to just open your eyes a little bit to some of the things that you need to be cautious of if you are using expat groups a lot. And the reason I say this is because they can actually be rather negative communities. And you know, I think it says something when a lot of expat groups have rules that say you have to be kind to people, respect people's opinions, and they actually post them because they've noticed that there are a lot of negativity and bad vibes in these groups themselves. But I say this to be careful because I see a lot of people posting in these groups who were like me nearly 3 years ago, starting their journey, interested in becoming an expat, excited, optimistic, having lots of questions, and they are met for the majority of time with such hostility, such negativity, people warning about all the dangers and the negative elements of life as an expat, particularly here in Italy. People saying you'll never find a job, people saying that, you know, the economy is terrible, people reminding you that Italians leave Italy to go and work in other countries. You will be met with this, and I think you have to be very cautious because if you listen to all of that very early on and you are still a little bit uncertain in your mind as to whether or not becoming an expat is the right thing to do, you can very, very easily be dissuaded and give up on your dreams entirely. Now, I've already done a video on this, I'll link it above, where I talk about not listening to the doubters, and I explain how you know, I was met with similar criticisms when I mentioned that I wanted to move to Italy, but how I completely created something different for myself. So watch that video as well if you want another reason to remind yourself that you don't have to believe in and take on other people's beliefs and stories. Because the truth is, yes, being an expat isn't easy, and I'm not taking away from any of these people's experiences. Everybody's journey is different, but this is the key thing to remember. Everybody's journey is different. And I think what you have to be careful of in these expat groups is people will give their opinions and give their thoughts on something, and often they will pass it off as if it is fact, when sometimes it isn't. And often people find a way of using these groups as a bit of a rant and raving ground. Like, you know, people will want to talk about all the negative moments that they're having because negativity likes company, and sometimes people don't have a way of being able to share the negative experiences that they face as an expat because, you know, if you have a language barrier or you're not able to communicate with people that you know physically in person, the next place to go is an expat group where you think people will understand your situation better. But I'm just saying you have to be really careful with these expat groups, and I'm doing this video today just as a very short reminder of this because I have seen lots of people be deterred, be disappointed, be faced with so much criticism when they want to express an idea or a dream or a goal of moving to another country, and it's a real pity. You need to remember that obviously everybody's lives are different, everybody's expectations are different, and everybody's way of dealing with life as an expat is different. So you have to always remember your why. When you go into these groups and you are asking for information and you are wanting to connect perhaps with people that are already living in the country that you're in or that you're interested in moving to, remember your why. Remember why you want to become an expat. I really feel that this is key because it's going to help you to navigate your way through any negative comments that you may receive or criticism or opinions, and select the information that is going to assist you on your journey, because there are so many wonderful people in these expat groups, but often they don't comment because of the negativity and because of, you know, people jumping on other people's comments and disagreeing, and, you know, some people just don't comment at all. But you may very well attract those people who want to connect and want to help you by being open and by expressing your thoughts and by remembering your why, remembering why you want to become an expat, remembering what benefit it's going to give you to become an expat, and sticking to your why at all times, even if you are faced with criticism. And so I'm just saying today, use expat groups to your advantage. They are a fantastic way to meet people, to learn new things about the country you're planning on moving to or are currently living in. But please be cautious. Remember that no two people's experiences in life are the same. No two people's expectations, opinions, beliefs are the same. So it's really important that you remember your why when you use these groups, why you want to be an expat, why you are an expat, why you want to live in the country you want to live in, or why you are living in the country you are living in. And keep that in mind at all times. If you receive negativity or criticism, this will really help you to still want to be a part of these groups, to select and connect with the people that are right for you. And this is the key thing. So I hope this has helped. It was just a little video that I've been wanting to do for some time, because expat groups they can be your friend and they can be your foe. It's a bit of a double-edged sword. And so I wanted to talk about them a little bit today, just to help you so that you can utilize them, but to your advantage and not to your disadvantage. So I hope this video has helped. If you enjoy my videos and like my channel, I would really love it if you would subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when my videos go live, and I will see you next time.